The Matrix literally has your soul. Reclaim it. The Matrix program has us already need eyes, energizing everything besides our own souls, serving the illusion and rendering it in dominion over our creative birthrights. Because our insidious creation, totally and a full manipulated by forces of evil, and many times we see ourselves as if you were all alone, and many of the time literally you are, because sometimes we are made to live and deal with people who has nothing to do with our soul family, from the same soul family DNA group or nucleus. So we kind of get totally, most of the time we feel that we are alone, that everybody is against us, because it was already programmed to be this way. Because sometimes you are targeted for some reason. The force of evil just don't like you to be different. Once you are a lone wolf, once you are a different kind of pearl, or different kind of I don't know, form, geometry, then they come after you. See, it seems there are very few of us still left that are really basking in our own light of consciousness. Because so many is out of the information, so many is out of the clue about who you really are and what's going on behind the scenes. From everything that we see, we are bombarded with only bad news, disasters, tragedy, bad people, stupid people doing stupid things. All this is by design to make you depressed, feel negative, and to make others think that you are being paranoid, when actually the reality that we see, which perceives, and in fact is nothing. It's not even a reality. It's just a make-believe, I would say. It seems that there are few of us living life in the timeless now. The timeless now sometimes also sucks, because it's not even real as well. I guess it's the prerequisite to becoming empowered by enough life force to fill you with no sustenance whatsoever. Because you feel vulnerable, you feel that you are all alone, and that's not only here in the body. It's when we exist bad, the big D, the big death. It's gonna be another cycle of conquest and obstacles, and even surprises. So we are just like we are in a ever accursed quest or journey to maledictions and I don't know, misadventures. This is the real secret that the so-called breatharians and sun eaters will not tell you. Immortality then also becomes a likely possibility when one is really unsubscribed to time, when you kind of you get out of all those dramas that you see unfold beside the rise, politics, economics, families who most of the time sucks. And I'm not talking about your mother, I'm talking about other people who unfortunately come into the picture in your life. Could be sons, daughters, as you get older, of course, and spouse, men, especially men, husband. See, it's all like when you subscribe to all these, then you feel more light. You feel that you can finally like connect a bit to a now that will just take you out of the nightmare that you live. See, so you live a nightmare, but when you get away from negative people, then you at least can create in your subconscious mind a now that is a bit less unbearable. Then also becomes a lesser possibility. Okay, why would you age when you are outside of the laws and consequences of placing past, present, future in your now, where only consciousness and the soul should be? But we age because of the affluence. The people around the eyes who stress us out, sons, daughters, husband, even some wives, do stress us, our bosses or colleagues, or the environment, free radicals, foods, the air we breathe, the media with its negativity, only bad news, only disasters, only accident, only fight for survive, fight I don't know for what. See, so all this do age us because it stress us out, right? Especially when we feel that we are lonely and alone and nobody to really understand you, even within your family's circle. Indeed, I think this is the biggest secret in the world today. Living outside of the tiny edge for many can be a very daunting endeavor. Yeah, and the Simons go for what? Marijuana, go to hallucinogenic, psychedelics, drugs that make us going out of this bad dreaming Maya that we live here. See, that's why I'm not into drugs. I'm not into I don't even take medication. I don't eat or drink too much. I don't take any medication whatsoever. Even if I'm sick, I don't take medication. But I'm talking about the people who want to get away from this nightmare that we live in. So they go into psychedelics like this marijuana, sedane. See, so they kind of imagine, because it's something temporary. The now they just live the now, so they escape reality. You see, just to return back to the nightmare again once they wake up and see that drug itself only kind of have tricked them into believe that they were out of the nightmare, which is to live and to exist. You may quickly realize that you are currently placing many things in the center of your consciousness which have no belonging in the now whatsoever. The body forms an integral part of the matrix program that serves to keep you centered on its flaws and limitations. Yeah, and a lot of devil against you, even as you are not a bad person as ever, and they will kind of looking for flaws on you because you just do not think, do not vibrate the way those people does. See, So something they don't like about you maybe they'll like, because when you kind of brighten up, you kind of flicker, they get obfuscated by your light, and the people who are on the dark generally doesn't like that, which is what materialism is all about instead of the soul. Yeah, in those material people usually they find flow in you, because all they see is darkening sea, and materialism is darkening sea. When you're too focused on your body, in your stomach, food, sex, money, you get in the dark. Once you are in the dark, you will be you will be targeting or pick on those who are on the light side. And they, even as they have a religion, they claim that they have a religion, they are saying, you see, they are like Islamic, this and that, but they are no good. They are no good. The body holds the DNA, because these people already have a chip within them. They are already programmed to be evil. Doesn't matter what they are related to you. They could be your sons or daughters, but they are not good, really. It doesn't mean that you have been a bad mother. It's just because you didn't take drugs, you didn't bring men inside the house, you didn't go party while you were broughting them up. You see, that's why you are evil in their eyes, because you have been an idiot as a mother, very protective and homebound. You see, so you are bad. But when you are really bad, they will forgive you. Believe me, this happened. They will forgive you, because you are on the same wavelength as them. You and them are both on the dark side. So they will forgive you if you are bad. You can leave them, beat them up like hell once they were young until they are half dead, starve them to death. Then you will be good, believe me. The body holds the DNA which receive the input transmission emitting from the program and the matrix. Also take into account that your body and mind have their own programs which serve to drain you from energy when they are mistaken to be yourself. See. But who is ourself? We don't even know. Ourself is what? Consciousness, individuality. If we all one, how is that we see ourselves as an individual? And that's the Maya, the illusion, is it? To think that we are individualized, that we are separate, when maybe in absolute truth you may be united. But this Maya, this illusion that we live here, make us think somehow that you are somewhat divided and separated from each other, when in reality we are not. The body holds the DNA, but the problem is, even if when we are awake, the other part is not. So we're gonna have a lot of conflict, and I guess that this is what the masters of karma want. The masters of the karma, the senior of karma wants for one to be wicked and the other party no in your life. So the better way is to stay away and get out of this relationship, be it your husband, your wife, your sons or daughter. As long as they are not minor anymore, get out, go live your life, live alone before they will suck you dry of your energy. Okay, Khalifa were a woman, because the woman is the most targeted one, and especially by even the other misogynistic woman that is somewhat in relation with you, like they may be your sister, your your auntie, your daughter. See, I'm not saying mother because for me mother is sacred. I hold my mother in a most high position. See, so I'm not saying anything about mothers, but it can be your daughter, your sister, your aunties, your nieces, whatever. If they are the stupid against the others, they will also target you once they see that you are not in the same wavelength as them, because you don't do the stupid thing they do. You are not as bad characters as they are, and cold android and reptile. The body holds the DNA to receive input transmission missing from the program. The matrix also take into account that your body might have their own programs, which serve to drain you from energy when they are mistaken to be yourself. See, so when you mistake yourself to be your mind and your body, you kind of drain energy from it. You see, so it's really insidious. It's a sickening creation. And they still talk about a God. What God is this? If I really gonna tell who this God is, men will call me crazy. But the awakening already knows who this God is in reality. What kind of a creation is that have your body and your mind suck energy from your soul? What's this? It is sickening. The conflicted thoughts that most of us experience are a pure product of the geometry that the body was created from. The Nanonadek stuff, because the Nanonadek, if I see, is a Draco, is a Satan from Satania, Arconins. Okay, so they who created all this ones are set up to create all this world, this vile, bad world, where we are forced to deal with it, cold, vile serpent that infiltrate in our life. Unfortunately, the 5 ratio or 5, the pentagram is also symbolic of this ratio. I don't like to meddle with all this octagon, pentagram. I see this, I want to run off. I don't want nothing to do with this stuff. For me, this is crap, man. Crap. I want to find out a way to deal and defend myself from bad energies without have to use any pentagram and octagram. What? Octagram, something like that. I don't want nothing to do with sense of geometry. I can live without geometry. We have 5 fingers and 5 senses because the Creator used the phi ratio to construct us and everything on our planet, including Mother Earth herself. We are in a phi-based reality. Alright, really. So great, all this is it. That's why this world look like a hell to me and many other people. All the sensitive ones who suffer the most, because we do have a lot of sensibility. The fire to construct is and everything. So construct, really construct is omega replica or copy. Since when copycat is a creator? Really? I don't believe. I'm so sorry about that. Satan is my creator? No, I don't want nothing to do with you, man. If you are my creator, I totally break ties with you. Are you there with your evil behavior and I'm me here, okay? And take away all those pests that you bring to my life. With the 5 senses, we universally create a world. I have difficulty to pronounce this word. world of conflict. So the five senses, we inadvertently create a world of conflict. Yeah, I don't know, nothing to do with the senses. Nothing to do with the senses we touch. There's no conflict in touch. It's only experiences. We smell a flower, there's no conflict. We smell a food, no conflict. We see something. Many times it depends how you view it. There's no conflict to me. Unless I see some bad thing, people killing one another, sons and daughters against mother, men killing women and children. My goodness, this is evil. I don't like to see that because I get so angry. I get so bad and mad when I see evil. I like to stop evil with evil. You see, I don't like to see. So there's one part of my senses that I need to behold. That's my side, because I don't like to see evil things. So create a world that is divided and separated. Yeah, this means to say that with our senses we kind of, we live in separation, even within as most of the time nowadays, especially in the family, because sons and daughters of this generation are becoming rubbish. They are grown up to be nonsense. All the devils have been reincarnated since the 80s. Only devils. If you have to see the skin on your womb, you will see not a fetus there, but evil thing there inside your womb. Nothing resulting from the five senses is real in the first place. But it appears real nonetheless. It appears real. Since the physical senses are part of the illusory construct of our visual reality. Yeah, it is a part of the illusory construct that is a nightmare, and whatever you say that does not, which you say you claim to be not real, but it do feel real nonetheless, and we feel with our nerves, our senses. We feel in our mind, in our souls, when something hurt the eye somehow. Unless we are an android, then we will have no feelings. We kind of, I don't give a rat ass about it. But for the people who unfortunately are sensitive and they want to somehow recreate a better world, they will see it as evil. Hence we are experiencing Maya, illusion through illusion. Yeah, illusion that feels real, dude. Bear with me. Only dreams is not real to me. 5 is also an uneven number. When the odds are uneven, there is always a fight. I see. Yup. Does make sense, and it was created by designs. Nevertheless, the body, coupled with the DNA, also holds the program of the parents, and in every sense keeps the traits and characteristics of the parents dominant, as if there is nothing the individual can do about the so-called inherited genes. Hello. My problem is not my parents, dude. My problem was never my parents. I loved them. Although my father was an asshole, I do love my mother, and I did not, I have met more evil people towards me than my father was to my mom. But I would not say that it's mine because you know my parents. I will never say that, okay? Because I don't blame my parents. They were as evicted as I am. as everybody else is in this earth. Alright? So do not ever blame the parents. Honor your parents, you pigs. There is much power to behold, coupled with the realization that the body is part of the matrix construct. Which means that it is an illusion that we feel because we believe it to be real, and in so doing, please before consciousness. Hello, how to have consciousness? If you have consciousness, you will know that it's not your parents to be blamed for many things. Okay, so as a consciousness, when you have to deal with your parents genes, you would say, the parents' DNA, you would say. So DNA, that being natural ordinance. So what? I mean, so what? My parents were brought here to suffer just like anybody else. So why must I blame my parents? I don't. So why you're talking about illusion here and consciousness? So have a consciousness when you deal with your parents, which is the only unchanging real aspect of this reality. To place it before concerning the must not behold capable that the brass body. Yeah, the body, dude. But while we are here, then we see it as a real thing. Understand? You know, I love to sleep because once I wake up, I am like I'm in a nightmare. Is this real? Is this really happening? Is this real? You see? So I do prefer that if we were to die, no more exist, then it would be better yet, right? And while we don't reach there, we don't get there, then better to most of the time to sleep or just live in a world of our own. And that's why many people kind of stay indoors, so don't want to to relate with people, because to relate with people is a headache, because you never know who you are dealing with, especially so in these days and time when all the hell is breaking loose, and the world is haywire, you see, and all the devils literally have waken up. See, the illusion of time is actually not so much about time, but more about finding yourself on different lines of space instead of the one internal space that is now, the present moment. Nowhere. If it's nowhere, it's now here. Okay. But if you don't now, so sucks. Then what? Even the now also sucks, because the now is the future of yesterday, right? Of the past, and is the past gonna be the past of tomorrow? So come to the same damn nonsense thing. For me, all this nonsense. For instance, anything belonging to the past, whether it be a past heartbreak, disease, the school that taught you or made you believe what mom and dad had done you into, etc. What mom and dad? Why don't you say your gods? Your gods, the world. Why blame on mom and dad? Mom and dad is just like a fool on the other head that have been used by the matrix to produce. They are just a factory producer for the matrix. So who the hell are you all to talk about mom and daddy here? If anything, if I knew today, I would not. I didn't even wanted to have children. I have allergy. I love children, but far away. I like my niece, my nephew, but to have children, I never really like it, because there's something that pushes me not to have it. But unfortunately, I married them Muslim bastard who brought me to his country and made me, and forced himself on me to have his seedlings, his evil seed, and then they turn up to be no good, just like daddy. You see? So you cannot blame your parents totally, because on my school, the principals, when I was young, the principals and the teachers taught us to respect our parents, and this was my country in Brazil. They taught us to respect our parents in the 70s, you see, in the 80s, and they taught us to respect Saint Flower and Mother's Day, and we would have throw a party on Mother's Day, but I don't see this in Asia. I don't see this culture in Asia because it's totally misogynistic and machist, see? So it's all relative, not all the school foundation, the school system are like this. These things that have a reputation of telling us who we are only have power over us if we believe time to be real. In other words, parts of you that are trapped in past timelines. Parts of you that are trapped in past timelines only remain fragmented when the consciousness believes that there is a separation between the past and the present. Easy said than done, man. I mean, I have a very wonderful childhood. I have a wonderful family. My mother was spectacular. Take me out just like I did to my children. We hang around with other male, don't need a male. You see, even if a male or not, I will take my children when young to zoo, take their friends as well. And even now, I'm not a good mother. Now that I grow up, only because I have been good, I'm not good. As they grow up, they see this as evil. I take them to amusement park, beach with their friends, school friends. Which mother will do that? None. Tell you so, the misogynistic one? No way. And my mother also did to me. And why I did that, I repeat what my mother did, and it was good. I cooked for the miserable, evil seedlings that mix up Asian and Muslim. I cook for the evil beasts, and I'm still not good enough. Well, so I must well have thrown aside, throw away, bought and send the fetus to the dog, to the crows to eat, to the bats to eat. Better to have aborted. See? Because make people really angry, because I never reciprocate. I never give my mother the goodness that she did to me. I never return back as evil. I get slapped by my mother when I was naughty. I never blame my mother because she was right to smack me as I was naughty. It's her duty because she was have so many children to take care. See, so many kids have to fend by herself to feed her children, and she have a right to smack us. No, nowadays cannot. If he gets smacked for being bad or naughty, when they were 12-year-old, 10-year-old, now is a very biggie, very biggie reason to bad mouth the parent, the mother, especially the mother, because the bitches are all misogynistic, you see. Especially when they are religion, they are more misogynistic. They are always male oriented. Then I tell them, because all the savvy can until you are on the floor half dead, then I would be very nice in all the other mothers who were good. See, because I smack doesn't hurt nobody. Even their religion say, spoil the rod, or spare the rod and you spoil the child of bread. And a bit of smack doesn't hurt nobody. Right, Sally, when the idiot want to drink at certain age, teacher call, hey, your daughter is drinking. The mother, you say, oh, baby, it's the mother, the father who drink and give explain. No, nothing to do with it. I didn't drink when I got married, brought up children. I didn't smoke. I was a homebound mother and very dedicated towards them and the house. But it's not good enough because they are evil. You see, the mother, the father, and the children are evil. So it will not be enough good to be good. Have to be evil so that they will talk to you if a good reason. Talk bad, they will bad mouth you if a good reason. You know, so that if you are evil, then you deserve to be bad mouthed. You know, not if you are bad, not if you have been good, a good mom. So the same thing is my mother, the things that I have. So nothing to, I mean, I think that it's nothing to do with the past. Of course, the past and the present. Sometimes the present still keep on repeating itself from the past when we are related with evil people, dealing with evil sons and daughters and a bad man. In other words, both of you have trapped in the past line, only remain fragment, but not me. I only miss my mother. I miss my infanthood, my infancy, because I have a very nice infancy where I helped my mother in all ways. I was a very good girl, very well behaved, who would kiss my mother's hands and ask for her blessings before sleeping, before left the house, would help my mother in sell her product because she sold products like, no, I mean agricultural things that we planted together. And I was a very good daughter, and I don't regret. I'm still very happy. You know, and doesn't matter if you have bad daughters and sons. What matters what you have been to your mom. How good daughter have you been? In other words, part of you that are trapped in past life. The famous quote that means spiritual teacher like chooses all might is useless. No, and some say a good mind, a more ordinary mind speaks about modern things. A medium mind talks about events, and a wonderful, like a wise mind talk about God. The famous quote that means all magic. The mind is just part of the matrix and all works towards unity under the guidance of pure consciousness. But for that, both have to be in sync, dude. Both parts have to be in sync. Me and Lucy related to me, or unfortunately dealing with me. All of them have to be in sync with the same kind of mentality, because if you are not in the same wavelength, there will be a lot of conflict. You got it? When the mind takes over consciousness, it becomes a reality distorted. But reality distorted, but what the heck's the reality, dude, that we don't exist? Maybe that all this is a nightmare, not even dream. It's a nightmare that we are all living in here. So when the mind takes over consciousness, it becomes a reality distorted. But what a reality? I mean, if we use our mind to take over consciousness, because we are dealing with the Maya matrix reality. So, how come we are distorting reality that's an illusion? It doesn't make any logic. This results in countless challenges because the mind perceives the world and separate and no one with the soul. Not one with the soul. The mind doesn't believe that the world is separate. Much for the contrary, the world, everybody thinks that we are the world, right? The mind is the world, and not the soul. In it, we have it the other way around, right? I don't get this people, my goodness, what a stupidity. This is result in countless challenges because the mind perceives the world and separate. It doesn't make sense, dude. It's the other way around. We all think that we are the mind and the body and not the soul. And with that, we are the material world. In other words, the mind is in conflict arising from division. Remember the number 5 and an even number full of conflicting impulses. Yep. The present moment also does not exist and should never exist in the now. So why you say before that it exists? The present moment belongs to an ever fleeting moment we like to call now. Yet we can never pin it down and say, here I have it. Is it for forever changing? Get it? Nothing is forever, dude. Nothing. Except the nothing which is forever. Except the inconstant that's forever, okay? The now, though, is something very few individuals on the planet can say they have felt, because it is only felt by those that have totally removed themselves from the material laws governing this plane. The now, though, is something very few individuals on the planet can say they have felt. I have felt already. This is like, it doesn't matter, nothing matter. Real doesn't matter, no matter. You see, it's also ephemeral. It doesn't matter. I have felt that, but not when I'm in trouble. When I deal with negative people, then I get out of sync if the now. All laws proposed by science on this plane are based on the 5 senses, and all stem from the limitations of the matrix, which serves only to diminish the true essence of a soul that unwillingly sells its infinite potential out. To diminish the true essence of a soul unwillingly sells its infinite potential. All laws proposed by science. Five senses. And do you have a choice? I would ask, do you really have a choice not to sell us out? Though now is only felt by those that are back in touch with the 5 elements that result from connecting with the soul center once again. It's all complicated, dude. Not when we are immersed in all these conflicts of day by day kind of survival in a deal with the negative vampires and those who when yeah, unless we are there alone in the woods, or we are with nature, we are living alone with our beloved pets, our lovely mom, then yeah, we can say that we reach nirvana. We are in touch, the five elements, blah blah blah. Until now, it's gonna be just I would say wish wash, wish wash, yeah, just a flimsy desire to acquire all these with all the turmoil that we have to go through in this damned life, depending on each country, which cursed country we live within. In the light of consciousness, all that comes from darkness, example, false dies and becomes transmuted back to the five elements. This is another great secret of alchemy. Easier said than done. In the light of consciousness, yeah, but this when we are with the right people in the right place at the right time. So even if you don't, but now that's today, but we are in the company of vampires, bad people, have nothing to do with our soul family, which was by design and sent to disrupt what we come here to accomplish. We'll never reach this nirvana kind of essence. Think in terms of Ogi. When it is spread, the Oga attaches itself to everything, turn the walls of toxins back into usable energy. When the light of consciousness is turned on, it transmutes all that is not immortal. Yeah, but the right place at the right time. Relax. The only real things in the whole universe are five elements: fire, water, earth, oxygen, and ether. Air and wind are not part of the five elements. What? As oxygen is the life-giving force in the form of air. Air is an element, moron. Air is an elemental. My goodness. Fire, water, earth, oxygen, and ether. And air is all elemental. My goodness. The soul consists out of these five primordial elements. And air, that's why it gives rise to imagination. Without the air, you will not be able to fantasize and imagine yourself to be something which you are not, which is in the case of schizophrenic, you see, in schizophrenia. But I don't imagine this for the idiots, bubble head people like the aquarium people and Gemini people who like to dream a lot. I don't like to dream. I'm Virgo, I'm down to earth. Root chakra is firmly grounded into the earth. The soul consists out of these five primordial elements, and the soul loses them temporarily. When the five senses take over in duality, this results in the undermine of the soul and the five elements due to the illusion that's taking the center stage of one's consciousness, restore, milking it of everything that's available, taking back your soul from within the matrix. The battery has two poles, negative and positive. The positive needs the negative to generate power, hence the positive has no power without the negative. Yeah, blah 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 blah, the chin, and I have to be this way, and I have to be, so now you are what? Defending the matrix. And I have to be this way because this one is by design formed to control the mass and here. And now is my question, have to be this way, so without the negative there will be no blah 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 blah. Who are you trying to manipulate here, man? Who? Just who? Not me, because I wasn't born yesterday. I think I'm in a very, very a millennial soul. The same counts for the matrix reality that we find ourselves in. The matrix needs us to remain negative terminals in order to keep itself energized. You see, but for a wrong cause, right? Negative cause itself for a bad purpose to feed the vampires. Am I right? That's why you have to be negative to feed vampires. The greatest revelation that we live in a system, the matrix, that's parasitize on our soul's energy. Yeah, unfortunately. And if we are negative and the matrix positive, then how can the matrix still have any power when we turn ourselves into positive terminals? So if you are negative and the matrix positive, then how can the matrix still have any power when we turn ourselves into positive terminals? But you don't have to be negative. You don't give me nonsense here. One thing have nothing to do with another, okay? So, okay, put a lesbic terminal. How about homosexual terminal? Two butt together and two velcro together, okay? When you compare this reality to a battery, most souls in these realms are negative and give the energy away to a positively charged creator matrix program. You can compare this reality to a battery, most souls in this realm are negative. Yeah, unfortunately they are negative. Unfortunately, oh, and how I hate that. And give the energy away to a positively charged creator matrix program. How do you do this? The matrix is set up to make us lose touch with our universal cosmic selves, like our souls. After birth, our parents take the center stage together with the control system, the matrix, and have to be another way where now just give away this insect, bad insects, turn up to be no good. At least I saved something for my mother, this stress that I had. So, unfortunately, is it religion doctrines keeping people fearful and obedient. They are only obedient to the devil who doesn't deserve this, but not to the people who truly supposed to be their gods for have brought them up, sacrifice, if pain, literal pain, and I'm not talking about giving birth alone, because broughting up children itself by itself is a pain in the ass, actually more than two. I have brought up four of them, price one granddaughter that's now 11-year-old, and I'm not good yet for them. And obedient fairy tales, indoctrination and conformity disguised in the education and primary school. Our life partner, which voluntarily keep us unaware and rebels against the matrix. Father, indoctrination, conformity in high school and college. Now complete brainwash, and in social communist country that force others to go into arm and all this national service, which voluntarily keep us unaware and rebels against the matrix. Oh, life partner. Is something as the life partners? My life partner is my own God self. Nobody else. My life partner is my mother. She's gone already. I have no life partner whatsoever. Never respect that bullshit. Rebel is obedient. Oh, really? Yeah, right. Only Flomet, Flomet and a dummy is obedient to children, to daughters, big already adults and sons and husband. Dull, unstimulating jobs, Facebook, social media, fatherland, Victoria. Hey, Facebook never force nobody to do anything you don't want to, imbecile. What the heck are you talking about? What Facebook has to do with anything? Even religion, you cannot blame them fully, because you, as I said in my previous video, you follow religion because you want. Truly, religion, there's something in religion like a trademark, something like a what they call it, blueprint that gives a ship program you to become something which you're not supposed to be. However, ultimately, the religion won't force itself down your throat. People does to you, as they have done to me. Islamic people have done to me, push their religion into my throat. You see, when I never force anybody to become Christian, you see, but the religion never asked them to do so. They are stupid, they do that, not the religions, they themselves. You see, if I do some bad things, not the religion, not because I'm Christian. I'm not even Christian, I'm nothing. I'm a sexual, and I'm not no religion whatsoever. So I cannot blame the religion per se. It's the people, it's the idiots, humans, who have a devil in themselves. You see that the devil, secret society, constantly conspiring against the people, enslave their minds and souls. But ultimately, is this devils promoted by the mainstream, enslave their minds and soul. True knowledge keep hidden from the masses. Yeah, even as the truth come out now, as I am speaking, through experiences, they nobody want to follow. So who to blame me? The people. It's the people. It's not government alone. It's not the cabal. It's not the secret government. It's not the drugs. It's not the devil. It's not. It's them themselves. They themselves are evil. They themselves are stupid. They like all this. They love. They are herds, I tell you. The people slave themselves. Nobody forced them to. They're coward. We end up on a quest seeking meaning for ourselves because the disconnection from divinity goes too far back to remember something very simple, the pure innocent potential at the moment of birth. Yeah, now why innocent? Because you don't remember crap, right? Because once we reach the other side, our memories are all deleted from the system, right? And we come here as a dummy, literally speak. We end up on a quest seeking meaning for ourselves because the disconnection from divinity goes too far back to remember something very simple. Once we reach 7-year-old, ma'am, so we already give our sovereignty to third parts, okay? 7 years, we have 7 years from birth until 7 years. 7 years on, that's why we have birth certificate. That's why 7 years we are going to ingress to primary school. That's why 7 years we change our tools, our teeth, right? The dental arcade. And why? Because at 7 years we already have given out our sovereignty. Before that, we have a right to go back to where we come from. It nearly happened to me, but they throw me back at the system again. I was nearly dead by 7-year-old, and I didn't die because they wanted me for some mission work. And here I am at age 50 plus, still basically like not live but vegetate, like survive, I would say. Once you release yourself from all that's not real, you turn yourself back on in a sense, and you are free to create once again the reality that you want. Easier said than done. Don't talk. Don't build pie in the sky. Don't build the what they call cotton candy. It will burst and it will melt away. After reclaim your consciousness from the deep pits of the matrix, you can start exercise influence over the fake reality and liberate your soul. I'm into this, but how many are willing to do, given that they are so into the matrix? Once becoming a positive terminal, you'll start using your energy to your own goals instead of unknowingly give it to the matrix. Yeah, and this we do when we get rid of these stupid people that hamper our progress, the bad lucks one. How many people stuck up with them? How many? A lot of them with the evil people that were assigned to our lives. It can be daughters, sons, whatever, husbands. The time of cosmic consciousness, mass awakening draws near. Yeah, my God, get past it lah. This is already enough already. This article was appearing rubbish. Mass consciousness, cosmic consciousness. Yeah, cosmic consciousness is not something in mass, but it's something that will happen in sequence when many people come away from the Maya, the illusion that they are trapped in. When they decide to remove that chip on their minds, when they fed up of being stupid, bad character, you see, and a dummy, then they will finally learn how to be more self-conscious, literally wise, because until they prefer to live in the Maya and the illusion of the matrix, you cannot blame no one else but themselves, and that's the reality.